Yo, you tuned in to the Knuckleheads, Q Rich D Miles. We chilling live on location, New York City, y'all. We came out to holler at my man, J.R. Smith.
Yes, sir. Good looking, baby.
Never stop, never settle. When you first got to the league, who bust your ass? Like, gave you work where you was like, this is the league.
Reggie Miller.
Oh, you was chasing them off them screens?
Them Davis boys fucked me up. They got me bad, dog.
That's
man.
the worst type of dude as a young boy.
Man, I was 18 years old. First of all, I played the whole preseason. I was down there starting, me and BD in New Orleans, cooking. I was averaging like 16, 17. Then I ain't played the first 2.5 months. They had David Wesley, George Lynch.
Welcome to the league.
Right. I'm like, all right, I'm cool. Season about to start. I'm about to get some balls. It's about to be on. Then play the first 2.5 months. I was over there miserable. They traded David Wesley like right before All-Star break or something. And the first game I had Reggie. Dog, he went for like 36, 37. Ooh. All trades, though. All trades.
And all running this way, slinging you the other way.
Everything. And I couldn't touch him. You know how it was.
He started stopping you.
And then I'm running into the Davis boy. They over there setting them big-ass screens. I'm like, man, before you can even get out there, you might as well just go the other way. That's joint.
But did he talk bad to you? Was he young fella in you?
Nah, he ain't talk bad to me.
Oh, okay, so you got the mild mannered. You just got a 30-piece.
Yeah, I got it. It was so quiet though. It was the quietest 30-piece I've ever got, dog. It was just straight buckets. Like ain't no. Well, you better come check me. No, none of that. He's like, man, this is last year too, so I think he might have been over.
He wasn't talking no noise or nothing. He was just straight to the craft.
Straight to it. Straight to it.
I went to a school called Lincoln. Senior high school, it had all the history and stuff. When I grew up, I seen that. My sophomore year, I only played 3 years of high school. But after that, my school closed down. Like, they went on strike for the first 2 months of school. I played in a tournament with QNM, and I was about to transfer. I was thinking about transferring to QNM High School because I knew they was going to win state. They was deep. Our whole AAU team.
Won the whole mythical national
Our whole AAU team
was
basically, like 4 of their players was basically our AAU team, and them boys were undefeated that year. So our school went on strike the first 2 months, and then I went to school, played my sophomore year, and then our school closed down. So I was thinking about going to Oak Hill. I was thinking about going to the school called Vashon. And Q was graduating, so I cut Whitney Young off my team because they whole squad graduated. I don't really know too many. I knew Najee, but I went to two different high schools. I went to our rival high school, and then I came straight out of high school.
Right.
I know you went to 2 high schools. I want you to kind of elaborate on like how you went from this school to that school and then went straight out of high school.
4 high schools.
You went to 4?
Yeah. So my freshman year, I went to school with Dante Jones. Freshman year, Dante had just left. So my freshman year was like I was supposed to be the next Dante, whatever.
What school was that?
It was Steiner.
In New Jersey.
Yeah, and I ain't live in the school district, so they kicked me out right like in the middle of the season. It was somebody went to the school I was supposed to go to. Somebody filmed me getting in the car going from my crib to the high school.
Haters.
So they kicked me out because I ain't live in the school district. So then I went to a spot called McCorston in Trenton. It's a little Catholic school. Just because my pops didn't want me to go to the original school, I was supposed to go to Lakewood High School. So I went there. Wasn't feeling it. Coach was on some BS, so I was like, man, I'm out of here. My sophomore year, I went to the high school I was supposed to go to for 2 years, Lakewood. Was doing my thing. I was doing my thing in football and basketball, but young kid, school like that. I wasn't going to class. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, so I was going to be ineligible. So I was going to have to transfer and reclassify.
Did you play football this season?
Yeah, I played
so
football.
So you did enough to play football season.
Yeah, I had way more scholarships in football than there were basketball. I could have went anywhere I wanted in football, but
what position?
Strong safety and wide receiver.
Okay.
And my cousin, so my sophomore year, my cousin was the #1 recruit in New Jersey for football. He went to Miami, played DN. And that's year 2000, 2001, they won the national championship in all that. So I'm like, man, football the wave. I already know all the coaches who came through here. They came sat in the same living room. I'm living with my cousins at the time. So I'm same thing. I'm like, man, I already know everybody in Miami. I'm going to Miami to play football. I was like, all right, cool. So I talked to the football coach. He's like, I was like, yo, I love basketball though. Can I play basketball? He's like, well, you know, college football interferes with the, you know, we play for bowls. We play for national championships and bowls and stuff like that. So, you know, you ain't gonna you're gonna miss part of the basketball season. I was like, nah, but I could fly back and, you know, go back and forth with practice, whatever. It was like, nah.
Some Deion Sanders, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to be Deion back then. So I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm cool. And then I went to, transfer to St. Benedict's. Danny Hurley, senior hall, Bobby Hurley's son and all that. He really gave me the structure and, you know, helped me out with my schoolwork so I could get where I needed to be. You know what I mean? If I didn't do what I needed to do in school, it wasn't no playing basketball. They wasn't even playing that. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I go there. That's how I got through that. I was always everybody MJ fan. We all MJ. So Carolina was the next school. And then after the McDonald's game, I asked Carolina, I was like, you know, well, they're telling me I could go pro now. But if y'all let me play football, you know what I'm saying? I'll go. Yeah. It was like, Carolina, you know, you start with us and you gotta do this, that, and the third. I was like, man, I'm gone. I ain't even messing around.
So you really wanted to play football though in college too? You
wanted to play both of them, like Julius Peppers and just others that came, Charlie Wood and all that stuff. Yeah,
him and Ronald Curry was going to be the last players they did let play both. But then a kid named Jesse Holly from Jersey, he went to Linden. He played wide receiver and point guard at Carolina. Yeah. And I knew him, so he was like a year or two before me. So I'm like, shoot, if Holly just did it, I definitely could do it. But Roy Williams, I just got there. He was like, nah, this is over with. Nah, this is over with. So
when I came out, I wasn't gonna go unless I was lottery. Right. Did they tell you was lottery, or did you feel like you was lottery? Because I know you went 18 and. Was it a slip, or you was just like, I don't care as long as I get first round? Because I was scared to go because I didn't want to slip. I seen Rashard Lewis slip, and I kind of watched that draft, and I seen the hurt in him and his family face that he went through, and it was like I stood on it like, man, if y'all ain't telling me I'm the top 11, 12, I'm not coming nowhere.
Sure. Nah, for me it was like I was never like a school kind of dude, man. Like I never was like that dude to be in school. I was the dude to be at school. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the books. I'm not sitting there studying for all of this and that. I'm running the hallways, chasing girls, pooping, whatever.
Sounds like me.
You know what I'm saying? So I was never that person, man. I went to my visits in college and they sit me down with academic advisors and tell me, this is what you need and to do this and da-da-da. I was like, man, I'm just coming here to have fun and hoop. Like, I ain't even trying to get no degree. I'm just trying to, this is like it's a pit stop for me.
Yeah, anyway. All this is surreal to me. Right. I'm living it day by day, but I'm seeing new stuff every day. That's how it was for me.
Coming from Jersey, I'm a young kid in high school. Colleges want to do this and that for the family and all that. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get to the league. I could do this for myself. You know what I'm saying? I could do this for everybody. We don't need y'all to do that.
So what made you say, like, you said after the McDonald's game, I remember that too, watching you hoop out, and then you was getting crazy dunks and stuff too, so showing off the athletic ability. So what made you say, you know what I'm saying, like, all right, like,
I can jump.
Yeah, like, because like he said, you know, as far as he was being told he was going to be a lottery pick or what have you, or was it for you just like, I know I'm gonna get picked, or it don't matter where I get picked. I'm going to the L. I don't want to go to school.
I'm going to the L. It didn't really matter for me, honestly. Obviously, everybody want to go lottery, but for me, it's just like I want to get to the league because I know if I get to the league, I can set myself up to where I can put myself in positions to where everything else it didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady was sixth round, 199 pick. He was the greatest of all time. He got six rings and everything. So I thought I left the picks and stuff like that aside as a young age because I was already counted out anyway. They had so many people in front of me and when I was making the McDonald's, I didn't know if I was going to be in the McDonald's game. They got this person, that person, that person. And I'm a 15-year vet, and these dudes had touched the league 2 months.
Right.
Total, you know what I'm saying? So I just let that go.
I want to touch on when you got drafted.
At 18,
At
like
18,
me, by the way, we both.
What did you do? Like when you heard your name called and you got picked, like
Were you at the draft?
No, I was home.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like what you do? Like you went out in the streets, y'all kicked, you go through the hood. Cause we got some stories that's crazy.
I was chilling at the crib. I had everybody over the crib, all my aunts, uncles, cousins. Cause I'm a real tight knit family. Like I ain't really have a lot of outsiders growing up. You know, back in the day, you grew up with your cousins and your brothers, cousins like that. Y'all was your friends. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was at the crib. We was just chilling, and when they called my name, everybody was going crazy. I'm just sitting there like damn near in shock. Like,
Was you expecting to go that high? Because I know you said you didn't really know what was going to be what. So did you expect to be first round? What was your projections?
I tell the story all the time. So my agent kept telling me like, listen, man, you gonna go, was it 9? I think you're gonna go number 9 to Philly. I'm like, what? I'm going to Philly? All right, bet. He said, as long as Ben Gordon don't go to Chicago at 3, you going to Philly. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm sitting here on edge the whole day. Please don't let Chicago draft this dude. Please don't let Chicago draft this dude. 1, Dwight Howard. 2, Emeka Okafor. Sure enough, 3, Ben Gordon. I said, I was hot because I didn't even work out for New Orleans. My agent was like, nah, you ain't working out for them. You're not going there. Da, da, da. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Man, it was like New Orleans called at like 13 or 14. Man, he ain't work out for us. We still gonna pick him. Da, 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 da. I was like, damn. I ain't want to go to New Orleans at all. Man, I got there and loved it though.
Oh, you just like us. We didn't work out for the Clippers, and they won 17 games before we got there. We didn't even work out. We didn't want to go there at all. They was like the shame of the league. You know what I'm saying? For the last decade or so. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
we got there and was in love.
Yeah. Got there, was in love. We turned it around.
We was like, what? We about to be in Hollywood. We thought we was about to be everything.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. When I came up, I always played with older cats, and it was a thing about the level. One thing I thought about too when I came out of high school was like, if I get to it, or even when I decided to go and like I'm here, I'm like, I can feel like I can. Once I get to the level, I can adapt. I remember starting to play in the pro-am, and all I was doing was playing defense and blocking shots. Then as a year or so go by, I'm scoring, I'm dunking, I done adapted to the level, and that's how I kind of felt. Once I got to the league, I can adapt to the level. Like, that's the way you felt when you...
Yeah, like when I first got there, they just wanted me to be somebody who run the lane, dunk, and just be in the corner, spot up anything. I can handle the ball, do pick and rolls and stuff like that. Because I was 18, everybody's like, man, he don't understand the game, da da da. And when we was coming out, we was just young fish in that big old pond. The other dudes is like, man, I'm not trying to help him. I'm not trying to help him develop his game because that's my spot. You know what I'm saying?
No help.
It wasn't like how it is now. Everybody want to be all friendly. Like, oh no, I'm gonna show you how to do this.
Let's work out together.
Like, let's work out together. This dude from this team, this dude from that team. Let's work out together. You hit the summertime, you hit somebody's phone, they might change their number and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool.
Or if you do see somebody, you playing against them.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not like we playing together or working on moves together. Like, we ain't gonna work out together. But once they throw the ball 5-on-5, we gonna play against each other.
And in a way, for y'all, especially y'all two being straight out of high school, people was really looking at y'all like, man, these young boys trying to come get my job.
For
like,
sure.
You might get a blessing like you, like an Al Harrington had AD. You know what I'm saying? Take him under his wing on some OG.
Yeah, he
stuff.
stayed with him.
Yeah, he lived with him, but like. Most of the other people looking at him like, yeah, all right, like let him come ask me for some help. I got some advice for you.
I got some advice for you. Yeah. Oh no, you ain't gotta be on time. Don't worry about it. $5,000 fine, missed the bus, all that other stuff. They don't even think about that.
Man, be laughing at it like it's funny.
Yeah, like it's joking. Like, wait a minute, dog. This is 5 racks, bro. What you talking about?
Young fellas steady late for practice. They ain't like, man, young fellas, you gotta get together. They giggling and shit.
They giggling and shit.
So how was that for you? Like coming in, you fresh out 18, you know what I'm saying, straight out of high school, you playing with Baron Davis, you living in was it Charlotte?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's right. They was in New Orleans then. So you in New Orleans, and you know you 18, you grown, you got big boy money in your mind, just like
Yeah.
we think we the richest thing in the world when we first
sure.
rookie. So it's like, you know, how was that for you? Like what was your day-to-day like at 18? Like you ain't got nothing to do but practice for about 2 hours. What, you was on World Star all day and video games?
They didn't have World Star.
That's true. World Star wasn't even
Man,
cracking yet.
word. It was, for me, it was like, all I did, I played video games and I'll go to BD house. Like I'd wake up in the morning, shoot over to practice because I was running late anyway, for no reason, just coming in late, just doing whatever I seen other people do.
Because you 18 and you ain't got nobody that'll make you do nothing.
Right. But the crazy part is my pops lived with me my first year. So he would be on me, but he still try to give me that space to like let him, grow into his own.
Yeah,
so,
become a man.
Yeah. So I would go to practice, and after that, I'd be over at BD crib till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, just chilling, talking to him, doing whatever, listening to him rap and stuff, watching movies. He directed back then. It was crazy, but luckily for me, I had BD and PJ Brown on my rookie year. Them two saved me for real, because they really got me on that, not doing everything everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Dude, you could do those things, but at the same time, look, you still got to do this, that, and the third to get yourself to 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
So many people walk in 3, 4 years and they gone, and they ain't got nothing to show for it. So
yeah, people don't understand how important it is to have, you know what I'm saying, some of those vet type guys that when you first come in, to kind of, as wild as things were, they could have been a lot wilder if you didn't have a couple people like, you know what I'm saying, if you didn't have that space to go over to BD house and chill, where would you have been?
Right.
What would you have been doing? You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, who would you have been with? Who knows? But like, that's the dope part about, you know what I'm saying, our league. Like, even with the competitiveness, it's always gonna be, you know, 1 or 2 people that you could depend on, to lean on and support you and stuff.
yeah, for sure. And I was over at every college. I was at every college down there.
That's how we was in LA. We couldn't get in clubs, bro.
Nowhere. They wouldn't let me in nowhere.
Like, whatever the top high school game, we was at those games, and then we was at all the colleges.
Yeah, we was doing a lot of stuff. Like, we didn't have no veterans to go over their house and do all that.
That's what we did. LO was our vet. He was 19 like me.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We police our own.
Right.
We weren't on that. We was doing our thing.
That's the hardest thing, though. We 18, 19 years old, and people know us. So it's like, you go to the club, they be like, ain't no fake ID, no nothing. Nah, we know you. Come on, come here. No, you're not getting in. Stop coming over here.
Right. So talk about like going from that, like you still 19, 20, and then you get to play with AI.
It was crazy because for me, I was the youngest person on the team for like 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, for my first 7 years, I was the youngest dude on the team. And then like walking in, and I got AI sitting on this side, I got Mello sitting on this side, Kmart over there, Canby right there.
Shout out
like,
OG
Cam.
MC.
It was crazy because AI, like, I'm from Jersey, so Jersey, Philly, New York, we all in that tri-state, whatever. And
Same game.
Yeah, so it's like to see AI and knowing the backstories of who he is as a player, as a person, and then go in and see him and have a 180-degree side of him. It's different. Like, all I heard was, "Oh, you asshole, you bad teammate, you this, you that, you don't show up for practice, you don't do this, you don't do that." And then I get there, he practicing every day, cooking. Did he hang out? Yeah, he hung out, we kicked it and everything. Till damn near the next day.
Right.
But that next day he practiced, he fried everybody. Ready at 6 foot, 160 pounds, frying.
People don't understand that. That's a talent to be
And
able to
got
go
clamps,
out,
though.
to be able to go out and party and still come in and give whoever the work.
The work. I'm talking about not
We all
miss.
just seen somebody
I'm
who
like,
could do it and beat it, win hard as anybody out, got it in as good as anybody out, and come in and straight get to the money.
Get to the money, dog. I promise you, it was a couple of days I ain't seen him miss, bro. In practice and everything, like, we go out, we go to Miami or go wherever, LA, we kick it, I go out and everything. Next day, 45. Yo, you was with me, right? Yeah, you was there. You was there. And you had 45 today. Hey, man.
That's my special power.
Right. That's what that's like. Okay.
I needed that to cook something.
Tell you one thing, thanks, because I ain't have it tonight. For sure.
You're ready to go.
It was amazing, man, because he's a real dude, though. Like, he really gave me game on how to just treat, not necessarily how to treat people, but like people who talk bad about you, the media and all that stuff. Like, cause we all been in that situation to where the media try and crush you and kill you and bring you down to the point to where you're like, man, I don't give a damn what they say about me.
Straight up.
They ain't gonna change who I am.
Straight up.
They don't know me. That's why they talking about me like that. They knew who I was and the stuff that I do that I don't put out there and through the social media because it wasn't as big then. But still, it's like, the hell with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That stuck with me still.
I mean, he was there for us from the outside looking in. We tried to dress like him,
Yeah.
baggy clothes, jewelry, you know, all of that stuff. Everybody wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, like AI
For sure.
and be cool with the do-rags. I mean, that was
Shit,
that was our
tats.
generation. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was like one of the biggest influences on that, you know, early 2000s. He had it sold.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
His Reebok answer commercials with Jada Kiss and all that, like,
Crazy.
killer.
Classic,
Like, he
man.
had it on lock. So it was like he was definitely who everybody was emulating and trying to, you know, be like at that point.
Especially if you came from that.
From the hood,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? I tried to grow my hair out many a times. It wasn't working, though.
Yeah, he was always the braids,
for
dude.
sure.
I never had to, you know.
Yeah, I rock the braids all the time, and with all the designs and all that
Facts.
good stuff.
Headband gang and everything.
CP3 was your rookie. What's the rookie Chris Paul like?
Everybody know CP. He got that short man complex, and then for him, there ain't nothing he can't do. I don't care what it is, and that's just the type of people I like to be around because I don't want nobody to be like, man, I can't do that. Man, I want to be around you. You feel like you can't do it because I know I could do it. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. It was dope to see his growth in that process to be to what he is now.
You won the dunk contest when Q won the 3-point contest.
I lost, man. Josh won that jump.
You lost the dunk contest, but you was in it when
I
Q
was
won
in
the
it, yeah.
3-point contest.
All y'all was, man, they had the
It
whole
was-
Phoenix
it was
team
a
in there,
Phoenix-
dog.
It was a Phoenix All-Star weekend. Stat came. Shout out to Stat. He came in second in the dunk contest. We won everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Wait, no, Phoenix, I think Dwight won that one then. With the Superman jump.
No, not in Phoenix. He just told that was in Denver that year. The one
he
with,
won. He
yeah,
won.
Oh, yeah,
05.
yeah, yeah.
05
Okay,
in
yeah,
Denver
that was my second
when
year.
Stevie won the skills competition. Tricks and all of them, and Dan Marley done won the little whatever.
three-
with the
three ball
three,
or something
yeah,
like
that
that.
thing. And then I won a 3. And
Josh.
yes, Josh
and
won.
Stat.
Stat came in second.
Yeah, y'all took that over. I was nervous though, man, because again, this is my 05. That was my second year, so I got AI on the sideline.
All-Star weekend
J.O.,
is pumping.
T-Mac, All-Star weekend jumping. All the person, man, I got my money on him. I seen him do. I got AI over there saying, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta finish this dunk for sure. I gotta win this jump.
That's
You know what I'm
pressure.
saying?
That's
It was
pressure.
pressure, man. I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm like, got AI over here talking about
Big
you gotta
bets.
win.
He throwing big bets out there.
KG over there doing gang word. I'm like, man, I thought this was just like supposed to be fun.
A lot of people, it's
I was
a
over
lot.
that joint
It's
with
a
the
lot.
monkey on my back. I'm like, oh man.
Hey, you was one of the dudes that during the lockout you went to China. Like I know Wilson went, Kmart had went. You went. You guys ended up staying though. I know you. and
Kmart
Wilson.
got up out of there.
Made it off the
Kmart
island.
got there, got out of there ASAP. I'm like, I called him up. He said, hey, bro, how you get out of here like that? I'm trying to get out of here.
like that's Wilson can say kind of the same thing. That like once he dipped, they kind of put rules in so nobody else
Yeah.
could dip because they was kind of salty. So
For sure.
like talk about like that whole experience, just being in a whole nother country hooping and you about to stay there for the whole year. Like you know what I'm saying?
It was messed up because the way they pitched it to me is like me and Wilson is like the teams that we were on. it's like the Lakers and the Clippers in the same city. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can kick it, whatever. So that's cool. Like, all right. And they gave me the bread, so I'm like, all right, cool. I'm with that. I get out there. He like a 3-hour train ride away. I'm like, man.
3 hours? How does that compute to like the same city?
Right. So, but you know they got that bullet train, so that's like supposed to be like 90 minutes or something. I'm like, man, y'all got me on this one. Y'all got me. All right, cool. The bread was cool still, so I was straight. I get out there, see where he at. I'm like, damn, dog, this is dope. It's like a real small New York, but it's a city. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
It's a city.
Yeah, he said his city was kind of lit.
They put me, dog, in like Camden. I'm getting out there. I'm looking around like, man, what's going on? It's like, yeah, this is the city. Da, da, da. I'm looking like, man, I'm out. I ain't staying. I'm out. My sister talked me off the cliff like 4 times. If it wasn't for her, I would have been gone.
How long you stay out there?
4.5 months.
Ooh, long 4 months.
This is the longest 4.5 months of my
How's
life.
the eating?
Man, we ate KFC every day.
You didn't trust nothing else?
No.
Colonel, huh?
We went to Beijing and Shanghai as much as we could, and we ate like Ruth Chris and stuff like that when they had that there. But still, it's like, you know, you get over there, you don't really know, but it's like taking a leap of faith like anything else. They had team dinners and stuff. I go to the team dinner, they eating all kind of scorpions and all of this and that. I'm like, man.
Scorpions?
All kinds of stuff, bro. Like, for real. And it's like, oh, no, this is a delicacy. Man, I ain't got no lady over here. What you telling me that for? Like, what you got going on? But it was crazy, bro. Like, the food and stuff, I'm like, man. It was good for hoop, though. I could say that because I got to actually develop my game, I say. Like my mid-range and stuff like that. I really got to handle the ball.
Yeah.
My majority of my career, up until I got to New York, I never really handled the ball like that. I was really playing like a point forward type situation. So
it was like you went out there and worked on your game for real, came back with something new.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best thing for me because I could actually play the game how I wanted to play. I didn't have to be out there like, all right, we're going to get the ball to Melo, AI, and Chauncey, and then you get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah, I used to be on teams, all the teams I played for, I used to feel like I can do way more, but it was like you do this.
Right.
And then I'm a team player. I don't never want to be a selfish player, so I didn't overdo it. Times where Cheeks used to come into the locker room and be like, man, you got more than what you get. We don't even need to call no plays for you to get 30.
Right.
I come out there and score 30, but I feel like if he ain't enforcing it, be like, yeah, get these moms the ball. It's like, man, I got to just play the right way because I don't want to disrupt an offense that's already equipped to go to somebody else.
For sure. And then they label you as uncoachable and everything else around it. It's just, I just can't stand the people who act like they never made mistakes.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Too good.
Yeah, like people said, oh man, he's making $20 million. What is he doing out of the bar? What?
Yeah.
Right.
You can't do no wrong.
Yeah, like
okay,
but if I stayed in,
it's people that make more money than us that still go out to the bars and clubs and live their life
and do worse shit than we do.
Factual.
You're a 32-year-old man with kids. Like you can't go and have a drink.
Right. Like what? Like, at what point am I not a normal person anymore? When am I not a person anymore? Why? Because I play in the NBA.
Yeah, this is when it don't get fun. They feel like everybody against you. I know, like probably when you was in New York, that's how I felt like when I was in Portland. It was like, man, the organizations feel like they set me up. It feel like everybody just against me. I feel like they following me around. Like, what I'm doing so wrong that I was just in another city and then nobody say nothing about this.
At all.
Now I'll get to this city, it's like it's a whole nother. That's how you know from team to team stuff is different. City to city stuff is different.
But it's for here, for me it happened within a year. I went from 6 man of the year to Henny God of the year.
Henny God.
In a year.
I remember
a couple months.
Here,
Henny
bro.
God?
The Henny God, it was classic, bro. I remember when I came here,
yeah.
I was like, and it never he never lived up to the hype. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like,
I'm not even gonna lie to you,
I was
bro.
like,
This is
okay, I'm expecting him to be like just bouncing off the wall with the stories you have been hearing, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I sat out most of that year, so you know I'm paying attention to everything, and I'm just like, I'm looking, I'm like, I'm not really seeing it. Like, he was relatively quiet for the most part.
Bro, no lie, this is the third glass of Henny I've ever had.
Bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I
Henny.
never-
Yeah.
Word, shout out to Hennessy, but I take the name. I appreciate it. Keep pushing it.
That might be more funny than anything.
Seriously.
He's known to be the Henny.
I'm the Henny God. This is like my third glass.
Henny
I'm like,
God.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
I take it. Whatever.
I think that's one thing that I always rock with you about. I can remember way back, like speaking to like him saying he just be doing him. Like I can remember back to Vegas. I can't remember. You might have been with New Orleans. You definitely was early in the league, and you know you was going through the whole image thing or whatever. And I saw you in the elevator. We was at the team hotel, or whatever, and I seen him, and I was like, cause I was lit. I don't know where I was coming from, where I was going. It was me and Rio, and I'm looking at him, and he was like, man, you lit. I'm like, I'm just talking wild, and he was like, damn, dog, if I was out here like this, they'd have me on TV right now. And I was just looking at him like, I was like, damn, I said, that's funny though, like, cause to me it'd be kind of like just circumstantial, like who gets labeled, who gets what, cause we all know we've had teammates that have done things that's been 20 times crazier than anything we ever thought about doing, and for whatever reason the guy was with him. He never got caught. He never got in trouble. He never got caught. And you looking at him like,
how you get away with that?
I ain't even do nothing but this. Like, how you gonna let me get caught
This
up? And he
man
was
did
just doing
everything under
this.
the sun. He walk in the team hotel, don't see nobody in the lobby, nobody at the front desk, no nothing.
And
I walk in there, somebody wife in there, the GM sitting there, the head coach and the assistants. They have a team meeting. 4 people at the front desk. I got to get a key. I'm like, man,
Right.
what is?
It'd be sometimes it fits. Like this guy is just like, okay, he can't get out of his own way. But sometimes it really just be like that. And
It really be like that, dog.
damn,
It's
like how does
crazy.
that keep happening?
What I'm doing so wrong. Yeah, I definitely feel that. Coming straight out of high school, I feel like we like a fraternity in a bigger fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody ain't deal with it. I think it's only like 44 or 45 of us who actually ever did it. You coming straight out of high school, going through everything you went through, coming through high school, coming through your career, everything, and to be called a champion every time somebody mention your name. Like I remember when I was looking at you and just the emotion on your face, like, we was proud and happy that you got that, but they just don't understand the struggle that everybody we had to go through, and the ups and downs, and the ways we bumped our head to learn what we needed to learn to get to this point. I know you was happy. I just want you, since you done had it now, you can sit. Yeah, no, he can look back on it now, and he maturing, and he can sit there, because people don't understand it in the moment. They think you just wilding.
Right.
Like, oh, he wild, he this and that, but you don't understand what the sacrifice, what we go through, like what everything you went through to get into that moment. Now that you look back, explain that, like that moment of how did it make you feel to be called champion, J.R. Smith.
Man, that's the ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying? When you, like we was just saying, team player, and you're the ultimate team player. The sacrifice that you got to make to be that person, to be that player, to get to that level, knowing you got so much more in your bag to give or whatever, to harness that energy for the better sake of the team, and then be a champion after that is it's probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because I'm coming from a 6th man of the year, helping the Knicks get to the playoffs and doing all this stuff that we haven't done in so long, to taking that backseat role. We got Kyrie, Kev, Bron, obviously. It was hard from a sense of, I got so much more to give to this team, and then you're like, you know what, the hell with that. We got him. I'm gonna just lock in on defending and shooting, everything else, take care of itself. And then to actually be able to win that, it was like, like, damn, like if I could. Sometimes if I just listen, I could do so much. You know what I'm saying?
You history now, like, and I'm talking about like not like a Lakers history where it's like they got 1 million other championships. Like you are history in Cleveland. Like that was like the biggest thing.
Since sliced bread.
Right.
Biggest
So,
thing
like,
since
you know what I'm
sliced
saying?
bread.
Broke this all of the losing, all of the sports across the board and all of that stuff. Like it was like a big deal. And like you know what I'm saying? People win championships and they along for the ride. Like you was a real part of that. Like, so I know like he said, when we saw you doing the celebrating, I was just sitting there laughing, cracking up, but definitely super happy for you. Like, man, my dude, I can't even imagine how it feels, but like just knowing, you know what I'm saying, did that make it everything worth it? Like at that point, like it's like, ain't nobody say nothing to me.
Yeah,
like ain't nobody say nothing. It don't matter what nobody say to me.
You know what's crazy, man? That was the first thing I thought. When I seen the buzzer, I looked up, I seen the buzzer hit 0. First thing I thought about, man, my dad happy as hell right now. I know he going crazy.
Right.
And we always, growing up, we always talked about it. Second thing I thought, I was like, man, I cannot wait to get back to New York because they can't say shit to me. But I was a throw-in.
I feel you. I know.
I was a throw-in, and I was a 4-year starter on the team that went to the finals 4 years in a row. We won a chip, coming back from 3-1, the hardest ever.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. So they traded me and Shump to Cleveland?
Like, what they doing?
I said, don't they got Kyrie, Kev, and Brian? He's like, yeah. I'm like, he's like, don't worry about it. They said you the throw-in of the deal. I said, I'm the throw-in? I said, you know what? All right, cool. No lie though. So I go in the back. I'm waiting for Melo to get off the phone. I'm sitting there while he talking, going off, whatever. I'm like me and Melo, we've been together from New York to Denver. We've been together. Damn near. When I see him, it's like seeing me at that point. We go everywhere together. Everything else, I'm like damn.
6-7 years.
Yeah. So I'm like damn. Like, and then I get traded with him, and it's like, cause you know how the league is. So it's like if you the star player now. I mean, I don't know how I was with certain people before, but now, they come ask you, like, yo, look, what you think about this trade? What you think about that? Da-da-da-da. So I don't know if he did or didn't ask him, but apparently it didn't go how he wanted to go. So he was going off. So I sat there and rap with him for a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just look, bro, our relationship ain't going to change, obviously. But eventually this day was going to come sooner or later. It just so happened to come, fortunately, later, because we've been together 7-8 years, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it was tough, but I'll tell you one thing. I got on that plane, I ain't looked back.
Straight up.
For sure.
It took the weight off your shoulders, though.
Yeah, it made. Honestly, it did, but it didn't, because I put so much weight on myself and so much pressure on myself to make sure that was going to be
the perfect situation for you.
Yeah, the next time I came back to New York, they was going to hate themselves for it. I wish a Knicks fan would say something to me right now in these DMs or in the comments. I'm waiting for anybody to say something. Say anything. What?
So with that being said, right when what was the biggest thing you did? After did you go buy something? Did you go celebrate crazy with your fam? With your brother?
I know you got a playoff bonus.
What did you
to blow for the summer.
Thing you did? I have an idea because I follow you on social media.
Here you go. Here you go. But all this me right here.
Oh man, for sure.
So what was the first thing? What was it like? Oh nah, I'm a champ. A champ got to have this. So what did you do that was like? I earned this. I deserve this. I just did something that ain't, I did something pretty big. So I'm gonna just do this for myself one time. I'm gonna just treat myself one time. What did you do?
Damn, I don't know, man. For me, it's always for being turned down and being turned away from so many different spots and stuff like that. I just went everywhere, and nobody could tell me nothing. For real, I went everywhere. I had no shirt. I went to the Browns game. I went to the Browns game. I had no tickets.
Shirt. I saw.
He just walked up in there.
I walked over there. It was
bust up in the
mouth. JR was a thing for a time period after the finals.
The Indians was rocking. I went to the Indians game. I went to Ohio State football game. I was going everywhere.
That's
bro,
how you
with
know.
No tickets, no nothing.
The best part that I like to hear
in there, dog.
stayed in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm not even going. I gotta soak this up a little bit.
No.
Like normally, like who would just stay in Cleveland, right?
Right.
But like, no, I got to stay
Man,
here, so I
yeah.
could. You heard him? He ain't had tickets for nothing. He was going everywhere.
Like, I got so much love in Cleveland, bro. I'd have thought I was born and raised there and won 20 championships,
up.
bro. It's just that where we come from, how hard you had to work to get there. It's like every person is going through that. It's not like LA where everybody is already something. Oh, I'm this,
Right.
I do this, I do
at
that,
least
I do
portraying
that.
it.
No, I'm trying to get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it is out there. It's like so blue collar. Like everybody's understands that they're a work in progress, whether it be a personal level or getting a job or trying to do this, or trying to do that. Everybody understands that, and everybody is pretty much in that same grind.
Midwest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it felt like y'all all did it together.
Yeah,
I won 17 out of 82 in Cleveland the year before LeBron
Did you
got
hear
back.
that? Did you just hear that?
17 out of 82. You know what was going on in
I
Cleveland?
lost that many.
That
He
mother-
only won.
That mug was like a ghost town. I'm telling you, you didn't see nothing.
Dog, the year before, my first year, we won 18.
Yeah. But
New Orleans.
I love Cleveland though because it reminded me of East St. Louis. It reminded me of the crib. It's just southern, like you can get that soul food. The people was cool. People don't know it's like real rich people in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
for sure.
real kind of rich
Real
people
rich.
in
They got
Cleveland.
that
Like
wealthy.
Like even like the hoods, they always show love. We were getting kicked, but they always show love. I always enjoyed Cleveland though, even though we were getting kicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we were trying to get king, but we, you know, they definitely showed love.
Hey, you being one of the dudes that's like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, I guess the young people call it like hype beasts and all that. Like, you one of the dudes. I know this because my because my 14-year-old Caleb, he knows all. So he like, yo, like J.R. Smith has everything supreme. It's crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I want to talk to you about that, being like one of the dudes, like you could, you know, you look at social media and that like a lot of the Supreme or the brands or like, you know, the trendy brands that everybody trying to get into. You already plugged in. You like you and OBJ, like y'all got all the exclusive and all of this stuff, and it's like how did you get into that, and like how do you like? I know you like one of the, you know, you just came from. Where did you just come from before you came here?
The Ralph Lauren.
Your boy was at a Ralph Lauren show, so
he pushed the culture, baby.
Yeah,
he pushed the
He
culture.
one of the fashion icons. And then you heavy in the sneaker game, and just like that whole, like I say, the Supreme or whatever, the whole fashion and the collaboration side of things. Like how do you get hooked up with all the people? I know that a big part of that is you played here and in New York. That's a huge part of it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. When I played here, I made so many good, you know, relationships with people who, just me being who I am, I never really looked down on people, or I gotta look up and I'm going for this type, I'm going for that type, I'm going for that. Like so many people who was building brands and doing what they was doing when they was at the bottom, I was just rocking with it because it was, you know, I mean, cool people and they made clothes and stuff like that. So for me, when I was a kid, I would wear the same green pair of sweatpants. I remember for like a week, and people would go to school, make fun of me, and do all this other stuff. So I was like, yo, when I get older and I get my situation, I'm gonna have everything. I'm gonna have these,
Swag on 1,000 trillion.
crazy, for sure. And I just kept that with me. Now, you know, it's probably too much at this
Now you
point.
keeping your word. Now you keeping your word.
Yeah, but the only bad part is you go to
I go to the sale now.
Yeah, but it's a bad thing too because I got a problem now. Like I get this jacket, right, and they got it in green, gold, and I'm getting give me all of those. You know what I'm saying? And my wife be like, babe, you only gonna wear one of them. You ain't got it. So
you got more stuff than your wife?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, I'm
I can't say that. That's
I got a problem for
Well, you
real.
pushing the culture, man.
But you got,
I'm trying, man.
How to word, man.
And
Show
you
these
got-
boys how to word.
And you got your own store too, though, right? With your pops and them, right?
Yeah, Team Switch
Like,
store,
how did
my
you get?
pops,
That was. I remember when you announced that. That was dope. How did you? That was something that you said. I think I remember reading an article about that. You always wanted to have like a shoe store, right?
Yeah, that was like ever since I was a kid. Like I said, I was wanted the Jordans and all of this stuff. And once I got to that, you know, we was in high school. You get playing on, depending on what circuit you was playing on. For me, it was Adidas. So I was getting all the T-Max and Kobe's, Crazy 8s. I had like 250 pair of shoes in high school. When I got to like a junior to a senior, I was getting everything.
Right.
So I was like, damn, like, you know what, I ain't gonna, you know what I mean, where's half of this stuff? I'm gonna start selling it. My brother would start selling the stuff. And then it was like, yo, we gotta come on, we gotta get a sneaker store. And then my pop, remember my brother was telling my pops that in 02. And after that, my pops just stuck with it. And the land that my grandparents used to live on, my pops ended up building a sneaker store on that property. So, and it was a way for me. It was dope because it was a way for me to, and what's the word for that? Like big up my family without them coming to me for money, so they can work for them. Yeah, investing in them. So it's like I can put them in situations to where they ain't got to. They still feel like they working. They don't got to feel like they big, and they ain't got to feel like they doing this or that, and they could just, you know what I mean, work for their own, work for themselves. And we all own a piece of it. It's not like it's just me. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't like they ask you for money. They getting a paycheck. They working for it. They know they earning.
For sure.
Nah, that's dope.
Let me ask you this. One of my favorite cars that I put together was a '63 Pontiac Granville drop top on 30s. This before 30s was even came out. Like they used to spin it look like a fan.
The spinning rim.
He was sitting
on 30. I'm talking about, and I had that big truck kit where it was lifted up extra high, where you can just walk up under it.
Airbrush paint job on everything.
It was. I seen something.
He was down south for sure.
Nah, I'm East St. Louis. You know, I'm a country boy. You know, like.
Oh yeah.
I seen something that I don't know if it's true that you own it or. Do you still have it? But man, I sure wanted it.
What?
It was I think it was a bank.
Oh, the armor truck.
Armor truck. The armor truck there.
It wasn't mine. It was never mine. My man had owned it. My man had owned it.
I thought that joint was so dope. I was like, oh, that boy, that's just dope.
Was like the joint that you see in like the DuPont registry
magazine. For sure.
For
sure. I was like, oh, they get the shooting out the side, the club, you just hop in.
Good. For
sure. He really went and bought the DuPont registry tank.
It was crazy because my man was talking about it, right? So me and my man was talking about it. We took one of the books. I think the Knicks had the joint.
They used to always have them in the locker room.
Yeah, in the locker room. So I was taking the joint back to the crib one day. I'm chilling, sitting there chilling, looking. I'm like, yo, damn, that joint is dope. It's like, yo, it's crazy because I was just thinking about getting one. And like a week later, he pulled up downtown Meatpacking District with it. I'm like, yo, let me get in that joint. And then I think somebody took a picture when social media just started getting crazy, and then they posted and everybody said it was mine. But it was my man's joint. That joint was dope.
Yeah, it looked hard. I thought it was yours. I was like, man, I want one of them joints right
dope,
there.
Bro.
But I heard you got an exclusive car collection, man. You like cars.
Yeah.
I'm a car lover, man. And what's like your favorite girl that you like? You know what I'm saying? One of your favorite girls that you like, man, I put that one together. Whether you still got it or one before, it was like, man, that one right there just meant something to me. Who's your favorite lady?
My favorite lady, I still got her. That's my championship card. That's, you know what? That's what I bought on my check.
What you bought?
That chip, F12. F12 Ferrari.
Look at that Mike Lowry.
Yeah, red jump, gold rims, got the red screws on that thing. That's my lady right there. My wife.
See how he reminiscing. Like if his girl was here, his wife would be
my wife
jealous the way he talks about the car.
She do, man. She be getting jealous. I tell her that's my mistress right there. Yeah. She be like, where you going? I'm like, man, I'm just going out with the fellas. You take your mistress with you? You know it. Crank that joint up. She's like. Yeah, that's my baby right there, though.
In your opinion, like you play with a whole bunch of dope dudes as teammates, but you know we work out with a lot of dudes in the summer, stuff like that. Like summertime practice, whatever. Like who you think like the best dude you could say you beat in a one-on-one, whether it was after practice, whether it was before, whether it was in the summer at workouts or whatever, where you be like, and you know he like, or he usually own you well, but you got him. Like who like the dopest dude?
See, I play against everybody, and I don't lose one-on-one. I don't lose.
You take it more serious than everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Cause they be over there.
Well, name some of them then.
Shoot, Melo. I never played AI one-on-one. That's the only thing. That's one of my biggest regrets. I never got a chance to really play him one-on-one. But I beat Melo one-on-one. Chauncey. I used to beat CP because he was just too small. He used to be mad as hell.
BD?
Nah, BD is the one person I didn't get. That offbeat dribble shit he got, man. He got that Diddy bop, bro.
This right here.
This
right here.
That
like,
catch me every time, bro. Every time. And he got that spin too. I'm like, man.
See, that's because he got that. He got the fat boy.
Yeah.
All the fat boy got the spin. You know, like,
sure.
I had the fat boy spin. So the spin
He
is
got
lit.
that.
He booty bump you a little bit with the spin, and you can't do nothing
You
with
can't
it.
do nothing with it, bro. But yeah, I mean, for
You and Kyrie?
one-on-ones,
You and Kyrie?
I beat Kyrie. Kyrie good, but it's a certain way you got to play Kyrie. Knowing after playing with him and seeing him play other people one-on-one,
you study it,
I studied it.
Yeah.
But me, him, and Shump used to play one-on-one a lot. I think that's what got our individual defense up.
Yeah,
he got the arsenal. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
be telling people all the time, like he got the craziest handle in the game,
For sure.
and the craziest below the rim finish game.
Yeah.
like
His layup package?
Other than like crazy athletic ability as far as dunking and finishing at the rim, he's for me between him and like I would say almost like a Coutinho. It's like toughest people to guard ever because he got everything. You know what I'm saying? If you tall, he gonna take you outside. He gonna shake you to death. If you small, he gonna take you in the post.
Yeah.
He can shoot the mid range. He shoots the three. Or both of them off the dribble and stand still. He's 90% free throw shooter. Finish at the rim, left hand and right hand. Like what you gonna do?
nothing. Get on this bus and
You-
let we take
Come
everybody
on,
to school.
we gonna take everybody.
That's why.
Like we just gonna watch. Like come on. I'm like, man. I remember I played Coutinho the first year. I'm like, yo, this dude is giving me the blues.
Bruh, let me tell you, like when I had it took probably like 2 years for me. Not 2 years. It took probably about the first year. Like my best friend, every time I played him, he would have to tell me, "Don't let him strip you," because you know, like me.
Oh,
I used to punish people straight, bam, bam, bam. So Cat, he's
He
smart.
stripped.
That boy used to take all of it. Boom, boom. I'm hitting him. As soon as I go to turn.
He stripped.
Give me
So as
that.
soon as I go to turn, little flick just flicked out. I be hot. He didn't punish
fire,
him again.
dog.
It took like he the one who I feel like he was personally responsible for me taking like my post game like to the next level to where like okay, now I'm about to show you little dudes, y'all can't just wait
Right.
for me to turn. Like he was the one who made me. Now when I turn, I'm keeping this thing here, and if you come, I'm blowing your whole
Oh,
face
for
off.
sure.
You're not gonna come in there because now your face gonna get.
Yeah,
But like
face,
anytime I'm
chest,
coming
taking
here,
all
it was
this with
like,
you.
boom, boom. He'll poke it. He'll do all this. Then he stopped trying to like. When I'm punishing, he like, all right, now I'm just stay back off him. Not let you touch him. And I was like, all right. He made me figure out a lot of stuff. And then on the other end, you already know they're gonna run that Rudy Tom Johnson rap.
sure.
Shake two,
What?
shake two, and it's you
man.
and him on this elbow island. Everybody else over there, and he about to give you so much pivot,
So much work.
everything. Like you said, had a handle, had mid range, could finish, was strong, way stronger and heavier than he looked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Him
that
franchise
was
and Moochie.
crafty.
Him
Moochie?
franchise and
Oh,
Moochie
man.
doors. Ooh,
Hezzy.
those boys used to have that work coming.
Oh my God, put you on that island.
Everybody got handled.
I ain't seen McGinnis
James-
since, dog.
James Harden got a lot of stuff, but if he go and have a session with Coutinho Mobley, some of the stuff, because
my
I see stuff that
goodness.
Coutinho used to do
Cat still
with
do
that
it
left
now.
hand.
Still do it
that
now.
James
For
add on
sure.
to it. Yeah, still, I've been seeing
There's
it in
something
Big Three.
the
Still,
Big Three. Still, he the real life Uncle Drew. All
Yeah.
the gray
All
hair,
the
salt
gray
and pepper
hair,
out
beard
there
and everything.
balling.
Cooking. Sharif be out there. Not Sharif. From Denver.
Tell.
From Denver.
Oh no, he talking Mahmoud.
Mahmoud, Abdul, Rauf.
Hey, bro,
Man.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He got all of it right now.
all
AKA
of it.
Chris Jackson, man.
All of it. Give
Much
him
praise,
all
man.
blues,
Much praise to
dog.
him, man.
For sure. For sure.
You,
He took a hit.
You played with a lot of bucket getters and Kyrie's, the AIs,
That's true,
Melos. Who is somebody that when nobody expected be like, man, that boy there is a walking bucket getter, but he never got the chance to everybody don't see it how you see it. Like, man, he a walking bucket killer.
The world wouldn't.
The world wouldn't probably know, since you played with the ones that the world know. Who was that one that, like, maybe in high school or you know, just coming up, that you knew, just like, man, this man.
My favorite player of all time, Dewan Wagner.
What?
For our favorite player.
Dewan Wagner scored
I see you from that
50
era,
in Nike
that
camp,
area,
bro.
So
Dewan Wagner scored 50 at Nike camp.
3-pass rule.
They made the 3-pass rule. I
because
was
of
there. This man went off for 50, and after the game, they was like 3 passes before you shoot. Changed the whole game of like Dewan Wagner. That's what I said. That's what I told you last time. Dewan Wagner.
He brought up,
If
like,
he ever would have got a chance to play, he was when they did play, he was scoring 25 to 30 points. Easy.
And it was a strong
had
combo.
athleticism.
He was a strong
He was
combo
the
guard. He was out there
old
looking
He was like a
he
bigger
out the
AI.
yard or something.
He was like a bigger AI.
He was kind of like he was off the
Like a
yard with the
bigger
braids.
AI.
Like, I'm like, man, look at this.
Straight from Camden, New Jersey.
straight
I used to
from
be in the
Tough as
projects with
nails,
one.
too,
Every
right?
time we played
That's why I'm
76ers.
saying he seemed like he was off the yard.
Wanted all the
What he
smoke.
was?
What?
He was in the projects every time we played for 76ers.
Yeah,
Right
man.
across the bridge in Camden.
Right across the bridge. He be over that joint like, man, where we going?
It was a tavern. It was a tavern right across the street from the projects we used to go to. All the old heads in that joint.
He got the thing I loved about him too, like not only the player and the person he is, but he took everybody with him. Like everyone, I used to go watch him play, and when I tell you, it seemed like all of Camden was in that gym.
All of them was in there.
All of them was in there. I don't care where he playing at, New York, Philly, Jersey, wherever he going, they got school buses of
The
people.
whole Camden.
The whole
Yeah,
Camden
man.
coming.
Shout out to Juan Wagner, man. That's my guy, man.
Man.
We used to walk in project houses. He was like, man, everybody door open. We know each other.
Yeah, we like cousins.
Whole project. We got this game. Well, it's not a game. It's a segment, a little part that we like to do called Better Today or Better in the 90s.
So better in the 90s or now, the handshakes and stuff the players doing on the court.
Oh no, it's way better now.
They way better
Way
now.
better now.
I think a whole population was upset when Cameron Payne got traded from OKC.
Oh
And
man,
they
I
doing the
enjoyed
Russell
Ruled
Wilson
that
shit.
joint, dog. I used to love that joint.
I used to enjoy
I
that.
literally used to be impressed. Like,
Yeah.
yo,
Y'all
y'all
remember all
boys is
that?
going all the way
All
in
the
right
way
now. Like,
in.
like I had to believe it had to be some type
From
of
handshakes
like
to
improv, like
dances
just off
to
the top of the head.
They had
shit.
to have somebody coming up with that. Ain't no way y'all two coming in every day. Nah, we gonna do this.
Hey, they
and
was
then we
doing,
gonna
and
do
it was
this.
a
Like,
whole.
They was killing that joke. I remember I was watching that joke one day. Charlie Villanueva, they was playing Dallas.
yeah.
Stood
Try
in
to
the
get
middle. Russell,
Get off my way.
excuse me, bro.
Still doing the dance.
Yeah, still doing it.
Hey, gotta love. Hey, I'm telling you, Westbrook is
I
my
love
favorite
Westbrook.
player,
Nah,
bro.
for sure,
Just
dog.
because of the way, like the
pedigree.
nastiness,
His
the
pedigree.
bro, like I don't care. Like, that man
he gonna
said
get it out
something in
the
the interview.
mud.
When I get out on the court, it's me against everybody. I was like, okay, I'm still rolling like this.
Yeah, like
And then he had to, somebody made him clarify. Obviously, it ain't me against my teammates. I was like, okay, cool. Okay.
right. Like, man,
It's just me and the ball. I was like, but no, it ain't.
What about haircuts? Better now or in the 90s?
90s. These dudes cuts right now is going crazy, bro. It's out of hand.
Bunch of little nappy head, bro.
And a lot of the stuff they doing is emulating the 90s now anyway, in a way. But not the nappy head stuff.
Yeah,
like
that
our
nappy
parents
head
ain't
stuff
G
you
for
gotta-
that. We
nah.
couldn't come outside without here looking like
Nappy,
that.
man.
That's the style.
I'm going to the barbershop 7 a.m. with Pops like, yo, come on, we going now. Bro, I got school. No, we going now.
You better get cut right before school.
For sure.
You gonna go over there.
Yo, that joint sleep.
Better in the 90s or now, R&B music. You thinking too long.
90s.
That was too long of a thought.
No, I was
It's
trying
really
to.
no R&B music right now.
Yeah, I was trying to think like, who's the
Right. It's like everything
Breezy.
gotta have a rapper.
Breezy
They
was-
all-
Jacquees.
Jacquees is a problem. Though.
Can't go on B, man. Jacquees.
Hey, he might be right now. I mean, who else is really going? Who else is going?
Trigger Trey.
I ain't heard nothing from Trey in a minute. That's my man too. I ain't heard. I need some music, Trey. Miguel. He rock when he ain't enough music.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat that Boys to Men, Keith Sweat.
That's what I'm saying. It's no longer like you
Jodeci.
can't come out with an R&B as an R&B artist. You don't see them come out with just straight.
TLC.
Every dude that come out with an R&B album, he gonna have like 3 features with like rap dudes on it.
Oh,
Like, you won't get a straight R&B album.
that ain't happening.
Just all R&B like Donnell Jones. You just
Oh,
bump
my
out
God.
crankers with front to back.
Jaheim.
No features. No.
David
you know what I'm
Hollister.
saying? Only features might be a singer or something with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A duet, but like. Now everything gotta be like, you gotta have a club banger, you gotta have a stupid bass beat and all that. You gotta have it's hip hop.
Like even Drake had that one album. He had two albums in one or something like that. He had one singing and one
He
rapping.
ain't missed
He
yet,
was still.
bro. It don't matter. He ain't missed
No.
yet. He could
He
put
ain't
whatever.
gonna
Like people got opinions and all this. We had these debates and everything. People opinionated about him and all. Look here, bro. The kid ain't missed.
So let me ask y'all this: is Drake in y'all top 5
Or what?
Rappers. That's a different point because I feel like he's not just. I feel like he got kind of like a rapper and singer type thing. It's not just like he a rapper.
He's not in my top
Like
5.
he's like musicians. Like he cold.
He
like,
definitely-
like just you know what I'm saying. But he ain't missed. Whichever
No.
way you want to put
Hits,
it, rapping,
he not
singing,
missing
he
hits.
ain't missed. I'm talking about just albums. I don't know an album that I can't listen to that he got.
I agree.
In some type of way or form or fashion, like I could listen to every album he done put
I
out.
really appreciate him. Like I can kind of listen
lyrically,
to with
he's
my
not-
kids, and it won't be cussing and
Right,
extra
right,
stuff.
right,
I can still get my rap and
And
my little
you
melodies
could play
going
like
on.
he one of the dudes that like he can go across a lot of different settings. Like you can play him at the park, at the barbecue, at the
For sure.
like you say with the kids. You can play. He could sing along. You could play him with the girls. The girls gonna rock with him. You like he can go with a lot of different moods. So you know what I'm saying?
He cover a lot of bases.
What dance moves? They better now or in the 90s.
90s.
They still doing the electric slide right now.
Still,
So
for sure. They still doing the damn cha-cha.
I'm about to say
You what?
2 times.
they still Tootsie rolling
sure.
right now.
Word up.
Doodle Browning.
Man, that Doodle Brown was funny. That's a funny ass dude.
Hey, I got one though. Better in the 90s or now? The NBA, period.
90s.
The money?
The money?
Boy got his own money. Boy got his own money.
Yeah, but as far as the game, I think the game is better in the 90s. Because I don't want to, me personally, I don't want to see nobody scoring damn near 200 points, bro.
That's crazy.
You want to know what I like though? What I like that's different now as far as comparison in the 90s to now, I feel like in the 90s, like fan bases had their teams for like 7 to 8 years.
Yeah.
Like when you had like, you know,
players
we
weren't
had-
going everywhere.
You saw
Right.
Isaiah Dumars and Vinnie Johnson and that whole group for like ever.
Forever,
You saw
bro.
Otis Thorpe, Hakeem, and all of them, and Kenny
sure.
Smith forever.
Team
Right.
stuck
You
it
saw
out.
James Worthy and Magic them forever.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
Facts.
saw, like I feel like that's long gone. Like,
Yeah, but it's like, it's to the point like we just seen, what was it, yesterday? Harrison Barnes gets traded in the middle of the game.
during
During the game. You in the game, they come out, they sub you out, like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get this break. Hey, bro, I just want you to talk, we traded you.
So,
What?
so first of all, this is what like I was thinking about that. Like me and my boy talked about. I was like, yo, I'm torn. I don't know whether I would have got up, got dressed, came and sat in the crowd and got me a Bud Light and enjoyed the game. Like, what do you do in that situation?
They say he knew before the game, and he just chose to play. He knew it was a possibility that was gonna happen, so he chose to play. And
Yeah, I mean, if it's a possibility, I'm definitely gonna play. It ain't no guarantee.
he decided to
like,
play it all the way out with his team. If they trade him, he was gonna do it, but. He shouldn't have played. He should have did
I
like,
wouldn't-
and
yeah.
other teams should have held him out like they doing other players. Like,
that's
no,
what I
like they did with AD the other day.
You on
They
trade
shouldn't
block,
have
you can't
allowed
play.
him to play. That's
Right.
what was
That's
crazy.
different.
That's
Right.
crazy. Like if you know for a fact that you are right here almost completing the deal, you supposed to pull that man.
Right, for sure. It's too much of that in the game. Like in the situation I'm in with the Cavs right now, I'm obviously absent from the team, and it's like, all right, if y'all, first of all, y'all didn't want to tell me this. Mm-hmm. You called my agent when I was just at the gym to tell him this week. Like, bro, you just seen me. I practiced. It kicked everybody ass at my position and everything and doing all this. But y'all want to lose and get picks and all right, cool. No knock against that. That's what y'all want to do. That's what y'all want to do. But don't knock me for wanting to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Like, if that's the way you want to go and as an organization and all of that, cool. Let that be that. But you could have told me this. You know what, man? I don't want to put you in this position after what you've done for us in this team and what the team's done for you in your career, whatever. It's best for both parties to step away until we work out a deal. And Me telling you that, all right, I could respect that, no problem, absolutely, cool. You gonna call my agent and then tell him to tell me when I just seen you?
Like 2 seconds ago.
You talk about, hey, what's up, man? You looking good? Everything's good? Yeah. What?
Look like you're in good shape. And all
right.
That. Yeah. It's just, and then they say that's professional.
Right. Oh, you got to be professional. What's professional at this point?
Professional is me. You come to here like a man and look at me in my face and just telling me what it is, and I can accept that.
But the thing, and then the thing that this is the part though, the thing that makes you like, what did you think I was gonna do something to you? If you told me you thought I was gonna beat you up or something, be a man.
That's the problem with men, man. As us as men as a species, we don't communicate with our problems. Yeah. A female can have a problem with a female and sit there and tell her everything she got a problem with, right. And she can accept that and say, well, I got a problem with this, that, and the third. Man, it's got to, man, what's up? What you trying to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it ain't nothing personal. It's just how I feel. You know what I mean? You can not like me and I can not like you. Trust me, 3 billion other people on this planet that I can get along with perfectly. Yeah. I don't have to be friends with you. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is my job. Yeah. And I understand this is your job, but in your job, I feel as though you should be honest with me, just like I'm being honest with you. If I feel like I can't play tonight and my shit hurting or whatever, I'm gonna tell you I can't listen. And as hard as it's gonna be for me, because that's not who I am and not how I grew up playing. Look, dog, I don't want to put the team in a bad position because I'm gonna be out there limping and all this other shit. Nah, me knowing me, I'm gonna do it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna put y'all through no bad situation to where you losing the game that we might end up needing at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
You lose respect for people. You know what I'm saying? Because you respect everybody. You show respect to everybody because you give respect because you want to have respect back. But then when people be doing just sneaky, shicey stuff, it'd be like I lose all the respect for it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like you lost me there, bro. Because I respect you enough to sit here and tell you to your face what it is.
Right.
You should respect me enough to, regardless of what it is, tell me like a man, and I can respect that and move on from it.
Yeah, that's how I was raised, man. My daddy taught me you look a man in his eye. You always keep eye contact. If somebody not having eye contact with you, they don't respect you.
Right.
Or if you're not looking at them, you disrespecting them. So for me, one of the best organizations I've been a part of with Miami, and that's because it's straight up and down like 6 o'clock from top to bottom.
Pat Riley don't play.
And when I tell you like how you say it ain't gonna be no argument with me and the trainer or me and the equipment guy or me and this guy, because they all gonna tell you the same thing. You got a problem with the way things go, it's an open door policy up there with Pat. Go talk to him. And as you can see, it don't matter who came through the door, from Shaq to LeBron to whoever. It is what it is, and they are the way they are, and that's why they're a great organization, because we not gonna bend or break for nobody. You know it, we all know it. We all done been there. When you bend and break for one, somebody looking at you like, why you let him do it though?
Yeah, right.
But you let him, you know what I'm saying? You know it, and they don't bend or break, bro. And that's why they get the caveat and they get respected and they get the results they get.
For sure.
This right here is a good question for you, because this is crazy. We asked this question to our other interviewers, and you actually played with these two people. Right. Who had the biggest impact, AI or LeBron?
Like on culture.
On the culture?
On culture. AI.
And he was quick with it.
Yeah,
it was.
A lot of people was like, we asked a lot of people, and they just had to think about it, didn't really know.
Nah.
But
from where I believe we come from, and the impact AI for sure. Like
Yeah.
now, Bron is more globally
Yeah.
of
And that's partially because of where the game has gone. That's why
Right.
my follow-up comment was to be if AI came along in this same social media time, it ain't even a conversation. But I mean, and then the difference is like what LeBron has done as far as like impacting the kids, as far as building schools and
Yeah.
putting them through school, like that's on a whole nother planet.
For
But
sure.
Just as far as like
basketball.
yeah, just as far as like their impact without dealing with what they did with charities or just their impact
Yeah.
of them.
Well, even with that, because with his impact of charities and TV or whatever like that, I mean, like you said, AI changed clothes for us.
Truly.
They had to put a rule in because everybody was trying to dress like AI with jerseys, do-rags, braids, tats.
People
People don't know
sleeves,
that it
these
went
kids wearing the sleeves
That
and
came from
AI.
AI.
Right.
Started wearing that sleeve.
Right. And they look at it like,
Everybody
oh, yeah, Bron wears the sleeve. Da, 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 da.
Nah,
AI was wearing that sleeve.
AI wore that
before,
And that's why
sleeve first.
LeBron wear it.
for
And
sure.
that's why
And-
everybody else been wearing
And
it
that's why I
because they
say
see
like
AI with it.
if they had that, if he had social media, then like the fact that he was supplying so many prisons with his shoes,
Yeah.
like people don't know that. That's not
Yeah.
like
Right.
just general knowledge that everybody knows.
But they don't want to put that out about AI
That's
because
what
it
I'm
don't
saying.
fit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
Well,
that's why I
what's up,
say
man?
like if he would be that much more huge
Oh, yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
globally and everything else. But like you said, to the people like us from where we come from,
Right.
to some he's bigger than MJ.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like true story. To
He's
some, from where we come from,
he
to
the hood
some,
legend, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
For
he's the
everything, for
hood
all of his
legend.
Like, the
imperfections
legend.
and all of his infractions and everything he went
All of
through,
that.
people love him somewhat more so because they can relate to him more. He doesn't
Right.
seem like this perfect figure.
Yeah.
It's like he's like me. I mess up sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so people can relate to that.
But it's crazy because that's why I think I have the following and stuff I do with some of the things that I do because people feel like they can relate to me more than they can to a Bron or a Melo or Chauncey because you can't really, in a sense, you can't touch them. If you the average person, you can't touch them. You can't go like this. I can't go like this to LeBron. I can't go like this to Melo. You see me walking down Fifth Avenue by myself, like, what's good?
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think that's why I
It's
get the love
just-
that I get. 'cause
Yeah, like you can't.
people-
Some people you just way more relatable. Now that doesn't make me in any situation or higher or lower than the standard.
they
or
just
whatever
feel
it
like
is.
you
It's
more
just
realer
Yeah,
than
it's just
than
feel like
them.
I can relate to him more. Oh, he go out and party, da 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 da. Shit, I do that too. You know what I'm saying? Or I can see him in the club having a drink with me or do whatever. We in the same store shopping or eating the same restaurants. I feel like I can relate to that person. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just, I guess it's depending on who you with.
So we definitely want to give a big shout out to my man Swish coming through, a.k.a. Team Swish, a.k.a. the Henny God. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
You know what I'm
y'all
saying?
having
Came
me,
out to
man.
New York. My man jumped down with us. Y'all just tuned in to another one, the Knuckleheads. He's Darius Miles. I'm Q Rich. That's Swish.